It's like it's over, but it's giving its last beauty to remind me of all that has happened throughout the season. Do you know the name of this grass? And if you do, I want you to stay tuned to see it move in the wind. And also, my begonias, my tuberous begonias, will they survive the cold weather? The temperatures are going to be dropping down to the 40s and maybe even 39 or 38. And will they experience frost? Stay tuned. If they're going to be able to withstand the cold tonight. Hello there, and welcome to Catherine's Garden. I have decided to come on out and do some video because the temperature is going to be changing. Tonight, the temperature should be 40 degrees, the lows, and so that is very close to freezing. And all of my things, I don't know if they're going to survive this. A rule of thumb is that if the dew point is above 45 degrees at sunset, then you are probably okay in not experiencing frost. But below 40 degrees, you will probably see a frost if the other conditions are good. And so a local study done on frost formulation relating temperature to dew point has these guidelines for frost temperatures. From 38 to 42 Fahrenheit can lead to patchy frost, and 33 to 37 areas of frost, and 32 and below widespread frost. So I think that we may have patches of frost, and frost can easily form on lawns or other objects when the air temperature is a few degrees above freezing. And so I don't know, I think we are susceptible to it in different parts of the garden where it may be a little bit more colder than others, or if there is a wind chill. So I'm concerned about my begonias and my tender plants. I want to begin this tour right here because these begonias have been so good to us and has really been blooming and just been so beautiful for a long period of time. And with this cold weather, I don't know what's going to happen to them, if they're going to be able to withstand the cold tonight. So let's just enjoy them for this moment. I just love how it's just been blooming and just showing up like this. So beautiful. I really want to save the tubers, and I really want this to come back. So we'll see how it goes tonight, and if I see that there's a lot of dieback, then I'm going to dig it up and take it in. But this is so important to me. Yeah, this particular one is so important. And then also I wanted to show you that these are my wild asters. And this particular plant, when I know the wild asters are in, that means that we are really at the last leg. And I have not done them justice in that I needed to get back here and cut back those other plants so that they can show off. And so later on I'm going to clean this up and give you another tour of this because it's so beautiful when they are out, and it's just like billows of white beauty. But they can withstand the cold a lot more better than this begonia. So that's that one. Let's continue to move up. The seed heads on the bee balm is there, and they're dropping, and hopefully that will help to spread out throughout the garden, the red bee balm. But I need to cut that down too. But let's just take a little quicker look, a little closer look. Let's take a closer look at this. Yeah, that's so pretty. I just love it, and it's just dainty. And then now we're gonna just move on down. This is another plant that will probably suffer from the cold. This is my sun impatient, and it has done so well this year. I mean, it had a little lag there where I didn't have a lot of blooms, but in the end, it's come through for me, and I'm really, really pleased with it. It's a little pricey. I got it at Costco's, but it's worth it for the seasonal beauty that it's provided. And I'll show you that all around, everywhere I planted the sun patience, it did very, very well. Now here is another begonia, and this one I got from QVC and Roberta's garden, and this has been just blooming steadily too. Just very, very beautiful. And I pre-planted them in the spring, and then about I would say about June or so, June and July, it just started blooming non-stop. Just a beautiful, beautiful begonia, and I just love how it just develops. It starts off small like that, and then it gives its full flush of bloom. It just opens up with all of the beautiful petals. And I don't know if I would naturally put yellow and this hot color red orange together, but in nature it just looks spectacular. And then against the green, that particular green, it just comes together. Mother Nature has a great sense of color. Now this begonia, this is our ordinary begonia, nothing special, but this year it has stood up and just really filled this bed, looking so pretty with the other plantings. And I had kind of written it off. I wasn't really excited about this begonia, but I said, let me try it out, because the impatiens, the white impatiens that I put in, some of the impatiens, they started to die off really quick. In the past, they were a staple in my garden as an annual, but this year, this begonia now has gained a place in my garden, and my husband is so excited about it. He keeps telling me, you've got to do the same thing that you did last time with the garden. You've got to put this together again next year, and I definitely will. Now these plants here, the Cleome, I planted it here, and it has taken so long to actually flower. In the front garden, it was flowering much more quicker last year, and this year I decided I'd plant it back here and see what we get, and we'll see what it would happen. But I don't particularly like it here, and it took a long time to flower. Here's another type of aster. Isn't that pretty? And it's a wild aster, and I really like that. They kind of look good together, I guess. But this looks good. Here, This is a more purpley color, and a later one of aster. Look at the bees, love them. Yeah, the bees love the asters, and they're getting as much nectar as possible now. So I guess it's a good thing. Well, the plum tree really came through for me, and over here I have this plant. This is a piece of the fig tree, and you can see some green there. I'm going to have to move this, and hopefully it will next year leaf out or do something if I take care of it. But here is the marigolds, and they're starting to seed, and I'm hoping to save these seeds. See, when they get like this, they'll brown and dry out, and then you can save the seeds for next year, and then you'll get a similar plant. My angel tree trumpet tree is feeling the effects of the cold, I believe, and the flowers are withering. I still have a lot of blooms left, and I should come in and also deadhead these other spent blooms, which I will do, but that's what it turns out to be, and I need to remove that. There's still some here. Hopefully tonight they won't die off or feel that cold. It said that it could take the temperature around, the lows at 45 degrees. So, I don't know, this time tonight is going to be in 40. So, I don't know if it's going to be able to handle it. But I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. I'm not going to give it any special treatment, and whatever will be, will be. So we could see that these vines that were on the fence, that they are starting to turn color, and a lot of the things are turning, and there are a lot of leaves on the grass, leaves falling from this particular tree. And here it's pretty much spent. I just need to clean up this bed. I do like how this area looks right now with the beautiful asters. It's almost like a puff of delicacy. I just like it. It reminds me of baby's breath, but it's not. It's asters, wild asters. But it's just like a great conclusion to this side deck, side garden. It's like it's over, but it's giving its last beauty to remind me of all that has happened throughout the season in this corner. My carrots here, I don't know what happened. It seemed like something was eating the flowers, the little seedlings here. I don't know what was going on there, but everything here is really nice. Look at this. This is the purple perella, and it's not purple anymore. It's actually turned out to be this color. I mean, it's a little purple, but look at the front of the leaves. They're turned this kind of chartreuse color against the beautiful stems. Yeah. You know what I'm really impressed with is those with the nasturtia back there. How they're just spreading back there, and it looks so beautiful. And to use it as a ground cover like that it's just nice. I really like that. And the white grass amongst the hostas, fading hostas. Yeah. Like the bees love this. See that? Yeah. So this angel trumpet tree here, it has these blossoms on it and it's about to release the flower. We can see here that it's starting to do this. And it's going to be very pretty if it can survive tonight. If it survives tonight, then it has a chance, because I think that the temperatures are supposed to rise back up. But hopefully it's tucked away and it's protected by the tree and also by the arborvitae, and that it will still flower and give me that beauty. Well, my pear tree is doing well, my Asian tree and the apple trees, and the peach tree still doing well. So here you see the billowiness of the aster. Isn't it pretty? And this back garden did not get a lot of care from me, but now we can see the rhododendron, and we can see the dieback here. I'm going to have to clear this out, and I want to put daffodils all the way around here. I think it stops right here, the daffodils, but then I want to continue down the bed with the daffodils. But these hydrangeas did well. Now this is one of the little seedlings that I planted last year, and it survived being amongst all of this other stuff. And this plant did well here too. And I think next year that they will show up more. Here's another one of the seedlings. I did this with Mike Kincaid. Yeah, he has a really great channel on, and he tells you how to propagate hydrangeas. And so using his technique, I was able to propagate these hydrangeas, and they're coming through. And I also used his method with these. This is the, let's see if I can remember the name. Euonymus. That's it, Euonymus. Yeah, I planted these Euonymus in, and I did just like how, and they're in there. They're definitely in there. Mike Kincaid suggested, and they're growing really well. And here's another rhododendron, and I also have the rest of these, and they're growing really, really well. Things are going well here. But I'm gonna have to clean up this area and then put in my tulips. And then here, you can see the coloring here. Yeah, of the hydrangea flowers. So there is a lot of dieback, but yet there's a lot of potential for next year. This is something that I want to show you. Now, isn't this beautiful? I must add more coleus to the garden next year. This is absolutely beautiful, and the color that it's given is fantastic. The color matches so well with the dahlia, and that is something else that I need to add. Look at the dahlia, it showed up. And this is also a tender plant, so I'm going to have to dig up these dahlias. The chrysanthemums did very well here, and I just enjoyed this. I'm going to do this again next year. This is so beautiful. And the leaves of this coleus. Someone asked me the name of it. I bought it from my gardener lady who gives garden starts, plant starts, and I can't remember it. It's mystical something, or I don't know. But if I find it while we're cleaning up, where I put the tag, I'll let you know what the name of it is. But this is where the garden is. Now, also, I wanted to show you that, see this angel trumpet here on this side is also opening up. And I think we're going to have a flower soon. But we'll see if it can survive the winter, the cold, not the winter, but you know, the frost. If it can survive the frost or the cold weather, will be good. But look at this. Very pretty. And then here we are here with this. Now, these dahlias have been a hit. Definitely something to grow again next year. So I'm going to have to dig them up, and we'll see if the frost affects them as well. And we will definitely have dahlias next year in this garden. Now, my zinnias, these zinnias from seed had a late start, but now they want to flower. Look at all of the blooms, the buds that are possible. Look at these buds. I don't know what's going to happen tonight, if the cold is going to stunt their growth, but we're hoping for the best. And then here's my rhododendrons, and I think I'm going to have flowers from these next year, because they look like flower buds there on that. So this is what this side looks like. Let's see if we have any peppers here. So this is my hot Jamaican pepper plant, and it looks like a little shrub. I'm just amazed at the size of it. And I do see some peppers now growing, but it's a tender plant too, so will it survive the frost? We will see. Now this is what I've been looking for, waiting for, longing for, to see the marigolds intermingling with the coleus and the chrysanthemum, and also the pepper plant with the sun impatiens. And finally, this has happened. Better late than never. I really do like chrysanthemums, and I particularly like this one. I think the chrysanthemums are going to be fine, and it might even help out the coleus so that it doesn't get too much cold, and also the sun impatiens. The fact that they are tucked in here, they may stay protected from the frost, but we'll see. Tomorrow morning will let us know. And I still have some roses here. This knockout rose bush is a tough rose. I mean, it comes back, it bounces back, and it gives such beautiful flowers. I love this knockout rose, and I love the red. I think it's just really beautiful. Now, check this out. This is my hydrangea shrub. Last summer, this was so beautiful. It was so covered with blue mop head flowers, because this is Endless Summer Series blue. And this year, nothing until now. Look at this. Now it decides that it wants to try to bloom. Now. And the season is over. And so they said that it was reoccurring bloom, but if this is what reoccurring bloom means, well, I don't know. However, I'm happy to see it. Again, hopefully next year I will have more flowers. I'm looking forward to it. In contrast, this other one, the bridal bouquet, it's really showed up nice, and it flowered for me, and it really stood out in this corner. I was really pleased with it. Well, I think that this border is the hardiest of all of the borders, and that the cold probably will not affect it that much. I don't know what this plant is, but it's weeping in a sense here, and it's just filling this corner. I also have a rose bush here that's kind of overtaking. What I love here are the euonymus plants. That's this plant right here. The euonymus will keep its color and shape even through the winter, so that it gives a fall and into winter interest. And it looks good too with the arborvitae, which is also part of my winter interest. And when you think about gardening, you want to think about all of the different seasons. And the arborvitae will provide some interest here along with the euonymus. And this year the euonymus did very, very well. At one point I had dieback with the euonymus, but it seems like they have recovered, and they're looking really, really good here. The star of this garden right now, or one of the stars, is the zebra grass. Check out that zebra grass. It is looking so spectacular. And it's a windy day today, and look how it is just blowing in the wind. I love the plumes. It's like it's dancing in the breeze. Now, something that was very special is these chrysanthemum. This chrysanthemum plant came back from last year. I had planted it here and it returned. And that is definitely a gift, because that's not a guarantee that it will return, but this time it did. Just take a quick close-up though of this. Isn't this pretty? This is beautiful. And here's another chrysanthemum plant that returned also. Looking really good. Well, you can see that the purple perilla is on its way out the door. Now this is a good thing. Look at that. This okra plant has a history. I had tried to grow okra from some seed starts that I had, seedling starts that I got from my gardener person, and they kept on dying back. They didn't seem to want to live. So then I went to my Baker Creek catalog and I selected this burgundy okra because I want to grow okra here in my Zone 6 garden. And I bought the seeds and I planted them in, and I just direct sowed this one, and it came up. Look at it, beautiful. I love the color, and I need to treat it better. Somehow I'm going to need to start it sooner and give it more prominent space and place so that it can grow big. But I am very pleased with this. I will keep you updated on the effects of the cold weather on my plants. And comment down below, are you experiencing frost? And have you begun to clean up the garden and make changes? And what are your expectations for your garden next year? Comment down below. If you enjoyed this tour, then please hit the like button and also subscribe for more tours in Catherine's garden. Thank you so much for watching, and come back again. See you next time in Catherine's garden. Bye.